Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We are at the beautiful Airborn Disc Golf Hollows, formerly known as Vision Quest. We are here practicing for the Minnesota Majestic, one of the biggest tournaments of the year for me personally. A huge field full of top professionals, and well, we need to get a game plan. Hole 1, 297 feet, dead straight. I think I'm just going to go a really straight mid-range. Some people do take the big hyzer. I think with the wind and how far you have to push the trees, it just doesn't make it realistic. Should be up there. Hey, we did our job. Now we just got to do the hard part, putting. All right, hole 2, 287 feet. It is just a slow left to right shot. I am in between a backhand hyzer flip and a straight forehand. So that's why we're here to practice. We're gonna figure this out. We're gonna go backhand first. With a headwind, this play just doesn't feel like an option. And that was just a little low and bad, so just feels like a better option, more consistent. Forehand was right here, backhand was in this stuff about 50 feet out with no putt. We're going forehand. All right, this is hole 3, one of the signature holes on the course. In between two locusts of different stabilities. 345 feet, you really just want to hit something straight. There's a pond, it's about a 300-foot water carry. Don't overshoot the basket because then you got a death putt. We're gonna go blue locust first. Overshot it a bit, but that was a good line. This might be the stability, so I can hang it out a little wider. And I go even more inside, but that's okay. We're safe. So, in a perfect world, we are trying to start 3 for 3, get all 3 of those first holes for birdie, if not the 4th hole as well. Then the course starts getting a little tough on you, so. Why is this basket so low? Hole 4, this is a 482-foot shot. It's a par 4 on a peninsula surrounded by water, so we're not trying to get crazy here. We just want to put it in a good spot so we can make an easy birdie chip shot. Oof, that's pretty much exactly what we want. That's even fine hitting the last tree, but well, okay, this one left us with a pretty good chance to birdie. Here we are, still probably about 220 feet out. Again, this is surrounded by water, so we got to keep it close. And we might have went straight into the water. We're gonna try that again with something else that's not as ridiculously overstable. God, thought there was a headwind. That's no good. Well, we lost it in the water. We're at the drop zone. Here we go. Hole 5, 606 feet. We're doing a big old turnover. Somewhere in there. Did not realize this was the hole with the new Mando on it. Don't let my excuse fool you, it did not get turned over anyway. We gotta see what we can do here. I mean, it's about as good as we can do. Make a big boy putt, just outside the circle. Hole 6, par 3. This one is just a nice forehand down this gap. Let it skip into the bowl. We're going to locust. We might even go cedar on this one depending on where we end up. Get the skip, please. I don't know, I think that's like circle's edge. All right, hole 7, another great par 4. You can take 2 different gaps. This left side gap is a nice long turnover. You need the height though, and it is kind of a low ceiling. So I'm gonna try to take this straight gap, just try to hit it flat. We don't need to get too aggressive, but we wanna get to that Mando sign. That might even be just a little too far left. I am gonna go acacia, put a nice one right down into the green. All right, hole 8, 325 feet. Feels like a short fairway or a longer mid-range shot. Just really wanna hit this gap straight on and let it fade left. Oh my God, that was a shank. Somehow that's gonna work out, but yuck. This is how you're actually supposed to do it. Well, there's that one. Here's where the shank is, somehow even closer than the other one. All right, hole 9, par 3. This is 242 feet. Gonna need to pick up the pace if I want to be competitive at this tournament. But hey, this is why we're out practicing, so we can do it when the shots don't matter, and we can do good when the shots do matter. Might be just a little too far, we'll see. So if you haven't seen any part of the hollows, if this is your first time seeing it, or at Vision Quest for that matter, I suggest you go check out a 2016 skins match. It's somewhere on YouTube. It's with a bunch of the top pros here at Vision Quest. You can see the history, how this place has changed. It's really, really cool to see. Ugh. Probably a little cooler than that. Hole 10, 341 feet. Honestly don't know what to do yet. I think maybe a flip up with the backhand, but really I see a lot of people play this forehand through this tighter gap and just let it fall, and I think that's what I'm going to try to do. Didn't get a skip I wanted. Grass is maybe a little tall, but we'll try that again. I like that line. Yes! See, why don't I just do that all the time? I mean, make it easy. Just. Okay, we officially decided it is the backhand with the mid-range. Okay, hole 11, one of my favorite holes on the course. This is a nice tight par 4. Right off the tee, you gotta hit this gap. Finish straight, maybe a little left. so you can set yourself up for the second shot. I'm gonna go with a Gateway Ether. I'm gonna actually go a Gateway Mystic, something that nice hyzer flip. I can hit it almost flat, maybe a little hyzer, and just finish this line for me. I think that'll work. Another par 4, this is hole 12, a little over 600. You really wanna hit this gap, finish a little farther because you need to go right, and that's really the best place to land. It's gonna be a little tricky. I wanna say I can get there with a nice flexing mid-range. That's gonna have to do there, boss. Alrighty, another birdie. We got chances here. We have to capitalize on these. There we go. Hole 13, 320 feet, nice pushing hyzer the whole way. Some people take the big spike hyzer. I'm gonna go straight down the middle here with a AGL Cedar. I got smacked down. A little too much hyzer. Big putt coming on up, moving on up. This is actually probably about 100 feet. That's about as good as I'm ever gonna do from that distance. All right, hole 14, one of the signature holes here, almost like an island type green. You got a nice headwind coming from the water. You have to land up top. Let's get it. I'm gonna go with an AGL Cedar. Hey, we landed on top. Oh my goodness. Dang it. Another water carry, 281 feet onto an island. We got an AGL Beach. This is my go-to shot for this. I can just hit it hard and flat. A little bit of headwind doesn't bother it at all. Hole 15, be careful for this ankle breaker. If you come to the hollows, there's a little bit of a death trap on this one here. Just a little bit too far, but we landed on the island. Hole 16, par 3. Really, those last 3 holes we should be getting. We had all the chances in the world, and this hole is just as easy. We need to make this happen. Just a little too far on that initial gap hit. Left about a 35 footer. Got to go to the knee because of that little stinking branch, little stinky boy. Coulda, woulda, shoulda on a lot of these. Alrighty, hole 17. We're on the stretch here. We're on the stretches that should be just like an absolute birdie or die. And well, you know, 300 feet, maybe just a little bit farther. I go with a nice overstable forehand. Water is on the left side, so I want to avoid that. That's why I'm choosing this kind of a spin. I want to say that's pretty good. Are you a big boy or are you a little boy? Little wind bounce. Oh. Who do I have to call to get some putting lessons? We made it to hole 18. I think I'm somewhere around that minus like 5 or 6 mark, give or take a few extra shots, bad putts, yada yada. I think we're at a good pace. I think I want to try to be around that double-digit 10 mark. I think that's going to be competitive in the top like 33% of the field. This one is a little over 420 feet up into that little pavilion there, if you can see it. Ba-down, ba-down. Let's try to finish with at least something. Blake? Huh? Didn't get a skip, but we're up there. We're finishing with a birdie. God dang it. Alrighty, well, we didn't quite get to where we wanted to be, but I think we have a lot to look forward to. There's a lot of little mistakes we made today, and we're pretty close to that double-digit number. That's where I want to be. We got a month to prepare. We got all the things and the stuff, you know. So thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. Make sure you like and subscribe. Stay tuned for a giveaway. That's going to be coming really, really soon. Much love. Hope to see you on the next one. And let's do well at a tournament. Come on, Blake. Let's just do it. Let's just like top 5, top 10. If you see me in top 10 Majestic, it's because I quit my job, left my girlfriend, and just played 24/7 until then. But one can dream.